Hi, Hal here of More Space Engineers, and we're doing a little bit of mining today. So we made a few updates, a couple of changes. You can probably see a few of them on screen. But we're going to go ahead and talk about those, but first we have to get started. So let's go. So happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic week thus far, and this day is shaping up to be something good for you. Alright, so what we've been doing is, as you can see, we've gone ahead and added the automatic LCD script, and we've set up a few things, and we've also made a few changes. Let me walk you through some of this really quickly. Just trying to get this thing lined up here. Should be about right. Yeah. That's close. Yes. Alright. So I want to make sure we are mostly level. It's pretty close. Square that thing up. Hey, look at that. Alright. And should be, let's see here, how close were we? Hey, look at that. Perfect. Okay, so let me walk you through what we've done. Actually, before I forget, let's turn that off, and turn the thrusters off. Okay, so what we've done is we have moved some things around. We have our ore detector on one side, our antenna on the other of the cockpit here. So you can see the antenna here. Ore detector is back here under the thrusters. We've added two more thrusters for facing forward, so they're now on top of the drill. And we've installed a small hydrogen engine. I had a couple of people asking me if you could put, if there was a small grid version of this. And there is, and basically what I use it for is if I need to recharge the battery when I'm out and about. I just turn this thing on because basically you just have to have a little bit of power left. So when I get down to like 10% or so on the battery, I just turn the hydrogen generator on, land this thing somewhere, lock it down, and let it charge up. And that will provide enough energy to basically refill, you know, the hydrogen tanks and everything as well. So yeah, it works really well. Should turn the light on so you can see. Actually, we'll go one better. We'll turn the hangar lights on so you can really see. There we go. Okay, so we've gone ahead just to have some fun. We went ahead and put some LCDs on the back of this thing. Basically, I have the images set in reverse order. They both cycle about every 5 seconds. The lateral thrusters are about the only place that we're really lacking thrust right now, and I may make some changes. We really only use it for stabilization, and the hydrogen thrusters do have enough thrust output that unless I go over about 50% of my mass capacity, I'm usually okay with just the one on either side, especially since I have enough lift in the other directions that if I start to drift a little bit, I can just kind of rotate on the axis. And yeah. Now, one of the things that we did do, we used to have a sensor up there, and it wasn't working quite the way I wanted it to. So what I did is I moved it back here and gave it a very narrow beam, right? I gave it as narrow a beam as I could get. So when the thruster gets over the sensor or breaks the sensor, the beam of the sensor, I should say, this light turns on. So that tells me I'm about where I need to be. I just fine-tune it, drop it down, lock it in, and when I lock it, it becomes part of the base grid, so the light turns off. So when I go in, I unlock it, that light will turn on again. Yeah, see? Alright, so let's make sure here. Let's see what we've got for ore. Okay, so we are processing, and I want assembler, hide empty, throw that in there. Okay, now what we're going to do here Let's clear that, hide empty. We'll move some ice around here in a moment. But I really need those. I actually need 5 more of them, but I'll show you why. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and set up a second assembler. This is not actually piped in yet. I didn't want to pipe it in until we had all of the upgrade modules on this thing done. Alright. And I just need the last 5, which should be done now, I think. Yep. There they are. Okay, so we're going to need a few of those, some of those. I think I'm actually going to need more motors. How many motors do I need? I have all the motors. Okay. It's just construction components and plates, it look like. Right? Yeah, construction components. Okay, so I need a few more. Which is funny because I actually had a bunch queued up at one point. And, moving that out of there. That just grabs 50. We really need like 20 or something like that. But there you go. Alright, so we now have a second refinery online. Yay! Now, the reason why I needed to do this is because I'm starting to bring back larger quantities of materials. I mean, that's one of the reasons why you build mining ships. So we're getting to the point where we may need to start heading off planet. I mean, this is a really small planetoid. So what we're going to do, the vote for today is going to be, do we stay here, exploit all the resources, maybe turn this place into one big manufacturing plant, or do we start heading for one of the other planets? Because I think that's the Mars-like planet there. We have the alien world, I think that's the alien world over there, and I thought we had the Earth-like planet somewhere. Could swear that the Earth-like planet was somewhere nearby. Guess not. It's going to be down there somewhere. It's like on the other side of the planetoid, I think. Of course, I probably shouldn't be doing this without a lot more backup. So I think that the green halo is the alien planet. That's the Mars planet, and then the Earth planet, like I said, I believe is on the other side of the planetoid. All right. So those are going to be our 3 options, or I should say 4 options. Do we head for, which planet do we head for? Do we head for one of the moons, or do we stay here and build something a little bit more robust? Now, we do have platinum on the planetoid, because it is a moon, not a planet. So it is eligible for platinum spawns, and we've already found a couple. So what I'm thinking is we may build something like a larger scale version of the ship that we have currently, of the mining craft. Oh, apparently my laundry's done. Sorry for the background noise, everybody. Oh, all right. So, yeah, those are going to be the choices. But for now, we've got this. Everything. This is working really, really well. I'm actually very happy with the way that this turned out. I'm thinking I'm going to put another programmable block on this thing and have it do the damage display. And we'll use that second LCD for the ship status. That way we can see if while we're mining, if we happen to knock something off of the grid. Usually a very good thing to know, especially when you're underground in a gravity field, because, well, anybody who's watched this channel for more than 5 minutes knows that I tend to knock things off my vehicles, so... Oh. Alright, so... sun is going down. we have a bunch more resources to gather. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do a quick cut. I'm going to go grab a bunch of resources and bring it back when the sun starts coming up again. All right. We'll be right back. And we're and we're back. So yeah, it's still night out. I've been doing a little bit of mining. We came over, picked up like 10 or 12k of platinum. A little bit more still down here. Started working on some of the nickel. Basically just trying to fill in some of the resources that we've been lacking. And see if we can do this without killing ourselves. We're just gonna continue to widen this mining area up. Mainly because, well, we can. And it also means that when we come back next time, you know, to get some more resources, it's a little bit easier. Yeah, I'm running into things. Alright. So we are at about 50 some odd percent, like 53% of our capacity. And as you can see, we are not having any flight issues, in so much as the ship is not able to support itself. So now part of that is, remember, we are only in like 25% gravity, so makes it a little bit easier. Alright, so let's see if we can get a few things done here. Now, one of the things that I did while we were off camera is I went ahead and installed an antenna on the base. And I've had people ask, you know, why do I do stuff like that? It's so I can do this. Makes it much easier to get things done. Oh. Now I could install a sensor out here that when you get close enough to it, basically the hangar doors would open. If I was going to do that, though, I would also install a timer, because anybody who has done anything in Space Engineers with sensors know that it's only good until you get out of the sensor range. Alright. Pretty level, actually. Go ahead and lock that down, turn off that, turn off that. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so yeah, so like I said, the system works fairly well. I forget, let's turn that off. Okay, so like I said, I do apologize. It's been a very busy week, so I'm trying to get things done. So if you hear some noise in the background, it's just my dryer. Not that you really wanted to know that. Oh, so yeah, what we did is we went ahead and installed another programmable block with the LCD2 script running, so we can actually see what we've got available resource-wise. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to move the rest of the resources out of our ship cargo, so that way the base can keep refining it, and we're going to keep working on gathering more. So I still need to pick up some cobalt, need to pick up some silicone, magnesium, obviously, and I think that's about all we're going to be able to grab on this planet. So I'm going to go ahead, go do a lot more mining, and we will bring you back once we have some resources to show for it. So we'll be right back. Alright, and we're back, everybody. So, yeah, it's been a rather long and mostly productive day. Oh, so we have our base is up and running. We have a full-on assembler. We have 2 actual refineries. We have a mining craft. We have a lot of holes on the planet. So I think we're going to go ahead and call this one here. Like I said, it's been a much longer than expected day for me, and so yeah. So don't forget to vote. We will have the card up in the top right corner. If you haven't seen it before, just look for that little exclamation point in the white circle. You can't miss it. Well, you might be able to, I guess, but anyway, we're going to have the vote up there. What we are going to be voting for is we will have the 3 planets: the Earth-like planet, the Mars-like planet, the alien planet, staying on the moon, maybe turning this into something like a full-on production area. I don't know if I would actually do that on Europa. It seems like the resources are very thin. There's a lot of nodes, but they are smaller in quantity. But you know, it might not be a bad idea to start roaming around in space as well. So we're going to have a vote for one of the planets, for staying here, turning this into a more of a production facility, or going out and adventuring through space and see what we can find out there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. If you haven't done so already, want to see more, or just want to do something nice for me today, hit that subscribe button. And if you really want to be kept up to date with what's going on around here, be sure to ring the bell as well. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy what is left of the week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Alright, so let us get ourselves in. Hopefully. Really wish you could set that up on a hot bar. But it works.